Call the honourable member for Jagga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question's to the Prime Minister. Given the government has ruled out further cuts to foreign aid, will the Prime Minister also rule out increasing the pension age to the highest in the developed world?
I call the honourable Minister for Social Services.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Prime Minister for allowing me to respond to the question from the Shadow Minister. As those opposite would know, they were the ones who originally put forward measures through this parliament to increase the pension age to 67. That's right. And they did that, Madam Speaker, with the support of those on this side of the chamber when we sat in opposition, because we understood, Madam Speaker, the need to ensure that we had a sustainable safety net for future Australians. Now they find themselves in opposition, Madam Speaker. They seem to think they have to run out of ideas and not be able to support proper and sensible and sustainable ideas to ensure the safety net that is there for Australians today is there for Australians in the future. If it was left to those opposite, Madam Speaker, they would just let the pension run off the edge of a cliff, Madam Speaker. They would let it run off the edge of a cliff without any thought for the welfare of future Australians about having a sustainable safety net. So what do we hear from them, Madam Speaker? They continue to go on by scaring pensioners today, Madam Speaker. That's the policy of those opposite, to scare pensioners. Well, this is the policy of the government, to increase the pension, Madam Speaker. As the Prime Minister said, $78 a fortnight. Couples are better off under the pension under this government, Madam Speaker. And pensioners today, Madam Speaker, are better off on this government than they would have been under those opposite if they sat on this. And I'll tell you why, Madam Speaker. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
The Minister resume your seat. The member for Jagga on a point of order.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. The Minister should not mislead the Parliament. That is a complete—
The member will resume her seat. That is a total abuse of the standing orders, and the member knows it, and should she try it again, she'll leave under 94A. I call the honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'll tell you why. Because this government got rid of the carbon tax, Madam Speaker, and we kept the carbon tax compensation. So how much better off are pensioners as a result of getting rid of the carbon tax? Well, I can tell you, because the compensation is $14.10 for a single pensioner per fortnight, and it's $21.20 for a couple for a fortnight. So that's how much better off pensioners are under this government, Madam Speaker, than they would have been with those opposite. Because today the Leader of the Opposition has launched a four-word slogan and he's put it into a website, Madam Speaker. Let me tell you the difference between the four-word slogans of those opposite and the three-word achievements of this government. We have stopped the boats, Madam Speaker. We have scrapped the carbon tax. We have got rid of the mining tax, and we have halved the trajectory of Labor's debt and the fiscal arsonists that sit on that side of the House that were on this side and set the budget ablaze, Madam Speaker. But let me finish with the Shadow Minister, who is often quoted in this place, the member for Fraser, when it comes to what he thinks about a pension age of 70, Madam Speaker, and he said 70 is the new 64. What a bunch of hypocrites you are.